Makasimbiri muri Zimbabwe tinokuchingamidza pano pajira media pachivhiti chisina maside effects patokupai news updates ezvinzwirika muZimbabwe. If you are new, please make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell kuti usarasikirwe news updates ezvinzwirika muZimbabwe iwe une data. Kuna vakasubscribe nchekare ava tinopa kutenda nesupport yamuri kupa page redu. May God bless you. Muri Zimbabwe nguva ino ndakakubatai 3 news updates andinawo, saka ndakumbira kuti muone video rese kusvika rapera. Onei rese kusvika rapera kuti muzive zvikuitika munyika yeZimbabwe. First news update, it's a short clip yeumwe mudhara abuda achitaura kuti iye ada kuitawo president, achitaurawo manakiro zvakaita makamuita president zvaachapromisa kuita kana amuoffice. So watch this video mumamirira second news update.
I'm Henry Mutasa, the president and first secretary of Kambesi party. Vote for me to be the Zimbabwean president so that I do the following. Number 1, fight corruption. Number 2, jobs for everybody. Number 3, minimum salary of $600. Number 4, there will be a mining structure, shareholding as follows: 30% for the investor, 25% Zimbabwe Sovereign Fund, 25% for sponsorships for university students, high school students, salaries of lecturers, civil servants and security sector, and then the other 20% will be for Zimra. Then there you are. Thank you very much.
Right. Second news update muri Zimbabwe, iyi video remukomana iye ane chipo, iye ari kunzi mun'ina wa Nelson Chamisa mastreets esocial media, ndo zita raari kupiwa. Ari kunzi mun'ina wa Nelson Chamisa, anga achitaura nemo zvinoita president Nelson Chamisa. Don't muone this video mwanza munofungishi in the comment section, then I'll give you the last news update.
I tried to call Mr. Munangaku, but his phone was unavailable. I wanted to congratulate him for accepting defeat because he knows very well that we won this election emphatically. Nocturnally, under the curtain, in cahoots with Zambia, and we won't allow that.
Right. The last news update muri Zimbabwe, iyi video rava posto TF Chiwenga pavanga vachitaura vachianalyze kuti mota dzinotengerwa vanhu naSewe kuno Chivayo or anything pamota dzavanadzo kuti they are not coming kubva kumari dzake ko kumari dzaanoshanda, because kana tichida kuzvitarisa tinozvibata sei vachitaura vachiexplaina. Sada kuti muone video munzo, do you understand zvavanenge vachitaura or is just crap? But is for me, I think kuti anga achitaura zvinjefu chaizvo.
Chivayo is not giving people cars out of love. It's a scheme. It's a great and a grand political scheme. It's a political hen laying eggs. They will hatch very soon. And I'm telling you, one day tables are going to turn. And when the tables turn, an audit shall need to be done. It's very easy, brethren Helen, to prove that Chivayo is not giving out these cars from his businesses. It's easy. If politics was not involved, it's easy. You simply evaluate the cars that he has given and the value of the cars he has bought for himself. And then the Zimra, the tax collecting company, just says, show us your tax returns that you prove that you made the profit that enabled you to buy these cars. You don't have to show me your memorandum of association or your registration certificate. All those are not documents that can prove that you are using legitimate means to get money. Tax returns. I don't know if we have done that in Zimra or not. Tax returns are the simplest way to prove somebody's worth. If you have $1 million in your account, brethren Helen, and we suspect you of doing illegal things, the government will simply say, how did you earn $1 million? Either you are employed. We want to see the money trail from your employer to your bank account. We want to see your letter of appointment. We want to see your pay slip. We want to see how much of pay as you earned to pay to have $1 million as net salary. If it is your net profit, we want to see your tax returns. It's simple. You don't have to be an economist to understand what we are talking about. So when we say Chivayo is using stolen money, we know he can't prove what we are saying here in any court of law. But let us read Jeremiah chapter 17. The once famous radio presenter begging for money, Simon Pashomanguve, he said, I'm living in extreme poverty. Despite my illustrious career at Radio Zimbabwe, I can't even take care of myself. And I saw that Chivayo gave him some money, if I'm not mistaken. What Zimbabweans are failing to realize is that when you are under a dictator puts the nation in an extreme impoverished situation. And by so doing, his agenda is to squeeze you so that you have no choice but to look up to him for salvation. So he creates a problem, and then he comes back pretending to be a solution to the problem that he has created. And the other reason why dictators love to put people in extreme poverty, it is because hungry people cannot go to war. So the more the people are poor and hungry in our country, the lesser the chances of a civil unrest in Zimbabwe. Because you can't walk on foot from airport to Harare in a protest when you haven't had a decent meal in the last 4 days. So it's a political strategy to prolong their days, gripping onto power by unorthodox means. Why am I saying this to people? It doesn't apply to Zimbabwe alone. Let us ask ourselves a very, very serious question. Why does a person need a donation of a car? A person who worked hard until he went for retirement for a national radio broadcast a company like Simon Pachomanguwe. Why does he need a donation of a car? Why does Nicholas Zachariah need a donation of a car? What necessitated the need? The answer is a dysfunctional economy. The musicians are not making money from their music because you are the consumer of that music and you are always broke. Most of the people who listen to their music, they are not buying it from original distributors. They are pirated. So Machenso doesn't get half of the money that people are paying for his music. There is no job, so most of our youths are burning music inside their homes, selling them behind closed doors and behind curtains to those who are desperate. They can't buy the original copy as well because they can't afford. So ZANU-PF destroys the economy until a popular musician is so sick that he can't get treatment at our national hospitals. The same ruling party that has destroyed the hospital offers him money to go to India for treatment. And instead of the nation to say it's your fault, you destroyed Pararenyatwa Hospital. This man does not need to fly to India for medical treatment if you had not destroyed Pararenyatwa Hospital. Instead of us to confront them and say, fix our hospitals, we are clapping hands for them. They have rescued one of our own who has suffered from a sickness. He can't be treated locally. There is no disease that cannot be treated in Zimbabwe. Not even one. We have one of the best trained medical practitioners who, upon leaving Zimbabwe, they get senior jobs in esteemed institutions all over the world. They are leaving because the state has made it impossible for a professional to thrive. You understand? As I speak now, doctors are earning $500 at public institutions. What nonsense is that? And the money that doctors are getting now cannot pay school fees for one semester if they go back to school right now. It doesn't make sense. So this is where we are. A musician like Kafupi and a comedian should be able to buy himself that small car. Chapresa does not need a donation of a car. You understand? They destroy the economy, then they take all the money into their pockets. They start giving it to whomever they want. Instead of us demanding accountability on the money, our money that they are stealing, we now see them as saviors.